Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alexis for the people that are new here. And today I'm going to be talking about surviving deployment and some tips that I've learned kind of along the way of this deployment. If you don't know that I'm going through currently my first deployment, and I just wanted to help other spouses out there if they're going through their first deployment or their 10th deployment. This is just my take on deployment, and if your husband or your spouse is deployed, my heart goes out to you because deployment is not easy. It's very hard and can be lonely and depressing time. But I'm gonna hopefully give you some tips and some tricks and some survival guidance that can help you get through this really hard time. So if that's something that you're interested in, then please keep watching. So my first tip is to be strong, which obviously it sounds dumb, but be strong for you. Be strong for your children if you have small children like I do myself. I have a 3-year-old and a 19-month-old. My son just turned 1 when my husband left, so he went from being a baby to a toddler now, so it's very strange. It's gonna be very strange for him when he comes home, but be strong for your kids and be strong for yourself. Be strong for your spouse because they're going through, maybe this is their first deployment or maybe it's their 10th, but either way, being strong for them will in turn be good for everyone. If they know that you're upset at home or that you're constantly like crying and all that stuff, then it's not gonna make them feel good. They're already going through a lot while they're gone. And being positive, which is another tip of mine, be positive. Always think positive thoughts, like just keep positive, because I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like when you manifest like happy things, or if you keep your mind clear and positive, then your outcome in life will be more positive. So I always try to think very positively and always hope for the best. Have a good foundation. So I know a lot of spouses out there, they're going through really hard times right before a deployment because it's very stressful and all that stuff. But what's gonna make things a lot easier on you and your spouse is if you guys have a good foundation. Need marriage counseling, or you need some kind of counseling before he leaves or your spouse leaves. That's probably the best time to do it, is before deployment. Just be secure in your relationship and know that each other is going to be trusting and loyal to you, because if they go over there and you can't trust them, then you're going to feel not only depressed because you don't have like your other person, but you're going to be depressed and sad and lonely and thinking all these negative thoughts and thinking what ifs. And same for them. They could be thinking, if you guys don't have a good foundation before they leave, they could be thinking, well, I'm trapped here, what are they doing back home, or all this stuff. Good thing for everyone. Know that the first week/month is going to be the hardest. It's a big transition, whether they're going away for a month or they're going away for 9. It's going to be a hard transition for you and your family. If it's just you, maybe it's like coming home from work and not having anyone to be there when you get home, or if it's you have kids and you're a stay-at-home mom like I am. Just like getting into a routine and not feeling like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like having something to look forward to. So like a show, like a Netflix show. Get into stuff, and that's another tip of mine, like get into something. Keep your mind active. Keep, something always, like plan something every day. The kids have a doctor's appointment, like, go to bed thinking like, oh, we have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, like something to look forward to, because if you are trying to look at the end goal of like when they're coming home, you are going to be miserable. So for me, it was just convenient and worked out for me that I was able to go home, and that really helped me because first of all, I was in a new environment. I wasn't like in the house where we're always at, and him not being here and it being so weird. You can like go home to family, just even if it's for a month or for a week or anything. I had a few friends that were really close to me, and like we'd have certain days, like so like on Fridays like me and my best friend would do something, or on Thursdays like I would see my dad. And so it was like little things like that that I would look forward to the end of the week that helped the weeks like go on. And don't feel guilty, like to have fun. I feel like that's something that I haven't heard anyone say before, but I just feel like we can feel so guilty because like they're, you know, working 24/7 and we're home being a staying at home mom, and like we are getting to go to the beach or we're getting to, you know, just do normal things. But don't feel guilty about it, because it is what you need for your mind and your body to be able to say that you are a stay-at-home mom like I am. If I didn't have little things to look forward to, even if it's to drive through like a Starbucks drive-through or Chick-fil-A or whatever, like just having something to look forward to is the only thing that I can keep myself going to continue to be a good mom, because I need to be refreshed to be able to be a good mom to my kids, and I need to be on top of my game and happy to be able to be happy and fun with my children. So I don't think that anyone should feel guilty about having fun on the deployment, or, you know, working out, having something like that, like get in shape. Maybe that's one of your goals, or that's something that you do while they're gone, so that way you have something to look forward to and to show off your new body when they get home too. Okay, so trying to stay connected. So for me, for my small children, I was super worried, like, oh my gosh, are they gonna like forget daddy? Like I knew my daughter, she was already 2, so she wasn't going to forget daddy. She knew who he was. But I was really worried, like I didn't know anything about deployment. But and my son, was only 1 when my husband left. So I was really concerned, like, oh no, like I don't want them to forget daddy. Like I have to talk about him a lot and everything. And so that just was a goal of mine, to talk about daddy often, even if, because at the time I didn't know, like, are we going to be able to FaceTime? Are we going to be able to Skype? Are we only going to write letters? Like I wasn't sure. I didn't know. And so come to find out, we have been able to FaceTime, and that is awesome. We FaceTime pretty much every day if we can, but his times are like off, so like my morning's his night, and so, you know, we only have like 3 hours or window kind of, depending, and say I have something planned or whatever. So it's good to like try and FaceTime as much as possible if that's something that you're able to do in the area that your spouse is in, and to stay connected. So before I even knew that we could FaceTime, I was trying to think of ways to keep daddy like relevant and like what our everyday life. So I got these books that I found on Amazon. So this one is called Over There, obviously, and it's just a cute little book that just like, I don't know, it just says like, I miss daddy, and like when daddy's away, like he's doing the same things that you're doing, and like he's writing and you're writing, and you know, all that stuff. Like daddy brushes his teeth just like you brush your teeth. At the end you can put a picture of your spouse, which I think is really cute, and this one is like kind of laminated so the kids can't ruin it. For this one, it's called Night Catch, which I thought was super cute. This was like really recommended on Amazon, so I got it. And this is just about a little boy and his dad, and they play catch with a star. So my kids really like this one. Yeah, and at the end also you can put a picture of your spouse. This one isn't laminated, but it's still cute. And so at the end of the book, my kids like look forward to seeing daddy at the end of the book. So I highly recommend the book. Usually the military, before your spouse leaves, offers daddy dolls or spouse dolls. So this is our daddy doll. And my daughter sleeps with him every night. So that's awesome. So I found this website called, I have to think, I'll have to look it up, and if I'll link it in the description. I think it's called something like Dream Pillows or something like that. And actually for the military, they custom make pillows. So this one's for my son, my husband and my son, and then this one is for my daughter, my husband, my daughter when she was a baby, and me. And so like they sleep with these pillows that are there in their rooms. Actually they're free to the military, but give you a little slip that's like tells you how much it costs to produce the pillow and everything like that, and they just ask for a donation. I think that's awesome, like for someone that can't maybe afford something like this. So it's nice to be able to give back. So they tell you how much it costs, and or just for shipping, I think it is, or I don't know. Ours was $14 altogether for these, so it's not bad. If I mean, you don't have to, but it's really nice if you could donate to them, because they are sending pillows all around the world to families that their spouses are leaving them. So I really think that company's awesome, and I'm gonna link it down below. I'm pretty sure it's called like Dream Pillow or My Dream Pillow or something like that. So, what do you want, this? Or Daddy doll?
It's green.
You want this?
Yeah.
You want all these? Okay, go up there with them, okay? They have blackouts. So that's like, they're in rural areas most of the time, and like sometimes they have bad weather and the power lines get taken down or the Wi-Fi gets taken down. So when your spouse doesn't reply to you when they normally do, don't worry. It's super common for, like, say they have a storm or just anything, it's super common for them to have blackouts, so don't think the worst. Care packages. So these are the care packages, or you can get any size, but so the awesome thing about care packages is that you can send them as often as you want. So for us, we sent our packages once a month, sometimes 2 times a month, depending. And usually it takes about for us it took 2 weeks about to get to my husband. And so it depends on what area they're at, but just, you can put whatever you want. I recommend like things that they need, like say they need razors or deodorant or whatever. So that's what I would go to the store and buy first, and then go grocery shopping and just pick up little things. Like my husband likes Oreos or peanuts or drinks, anything that you want to put in. USPS, the company that you would send your boxes at, they offer online on their website a military kit or something like that, and that comes with a roll of priority mail tape. It comes with the little labels, and also it comes with like variety sizes of boxes. So this is one size, and you get like a ton like of boxes. So you can choose like if you want to do like certain sizes or all the large ones, which I've just learned that if I'm sending them once a month, most of the time I'm gonna need a large box, and they're only like $17 to ship. So that's not bad at all. But you have to make sure that the box is intact completely. So the box literally has to be exactly the size that it would be. Like it can't be bulging like on the sides or anything like that, because I don't know, they're just, sometimes they're rude at the post office, but you just have to bear with them. Ask them for a stack of forms. So once you go to bring your first box, they're gonna give you this little form, and you're gonna fill it out, and you just write like what's in it, like just be brief. You don't have to be like everything. I usually just write toiletries and snacks. I just say the cost is $20 like the most or whatever. And you just like write their address, your address, and all that stuff. I can't think of what the paper is called, but you're gonna get it once you go there to send your first box. So once they give you the one, ask them for a stack of them, so that way you can fill them out before you get there, and that way it makes everything quicker. Just for me with the kids, it's just easier for me to just like have it all filled out, everything done, and just be like basically paying for it. I'm at $17 for the big box and like $13 I want to say for the medium box, and then I never sent any other kind of box, so I don't know. Amazon, you can send a lot of things, not everything, but a lot of things through Amazon. And I have Prime, so it's free, but I don't know. You can send things through Amazon. So say your husband's like running low on deodorant and you're not sending or you just sent your care package or whatever it is, you can just go on Amazon and order it to them, and it usually takes about 2 weeks, about the same time as it would for you to send something. So we have iPhones, and so we found it was best to turn off his service completely and to just iMessage, so like work off iPhone iMessenger, and so it just goes off Wi-Fi. So that has saved us a ton of money, like $100 a month on just the phone, and that way there's no like chance of him having roaming charges or anything like that. So when once your spouse gets to where they're going, most of the time they offer a Wi-Fi, like a block, or it's like, I don't know, something, and they pay for it once a month, and I think it's like 60 bucks. Working just on Wi-Fi has worked great. It does suck, like if they don't have Wi-Fi, like if they're out in the field, which they really shouldn't be on their phone anyway, or there's no need, but so if we can FaceTime, we can iMessage and all that stuff. So that, like, my husband can see the pictures of the kids, and he can go on Facebook, and he can do everything that he normally could do as if he had service like on his phone. I'm happy about that discovery because I know a lot of wives and moms like and stuff like that are getting charged because their husbands or their sons are getting roaming charges because they don't realize. Help save money. So just like, yes, get out of the house and do what you need to do, and like just get your mind going and like get out of the house, but that doesn't mean that you need to spend money. So I know it's gonna be hard, like you're used to your spouse cooking, or you're used to cooking for your spouse, and like now you're just cooking for yourself or whatever it is. Try not to go through the drive-through like 20 times a week because it adds up quickly. Try for you and your spouse to have an end goal at the end of this. So for us, we want to go on a vacation. Like that's like our goal. We've never been on a honeymoon, which if you've watched my Get to Know Me, we have been married for 5 years, and just to like get away, even if it's like 2 hours away, it doesn't have to be something crazy, but even if it's like 2 hours away and like stay in a nice hotel or whatever it is, like just do something or have something in mind for you and your spouse to do once he gets home. So that gives you something to look forward to, and your spouse, once they get home, on something fun that you guys can do together. Understand things are not personal. So if you're talking to your spouse on the phone or FaceTime or whatever it is, and they can't tell you something or they can't be specific in detail, don't take it personal. And their own safety. And so don't take it personal, and don't try and like weasel things out of them because it's just not safe. So if something comes up or you're on the phone with them and they have to go right away, don't feel like upset or anything. Like, just know that there's obviously a reason, and that they wouldn't just do that for no reason. Either be involved with FRG or be involved on the FRG page like I am. Like, I'm not involved in the FRG, but in the FRG page. So just so you can see updates, like they'll say that they're sending out an email, or they're telling you when meetings are, or when things are going on in the base, all around the base. It's really nice to be involved in that little family. To deploy, you're gonna hear about this. It's called a power of attorney. It is something that my husband and I wanted to do. Not all spouses want to do this, but we chose to get a power of attorney while he is gone, because God forbid anything were to happen to him, or say that I wanted to buy a new couch, or we want to buy anything, and I wanted to say we had a credit card or something that was under his name, or say we wanted to buy a house, I don't know, you would need a power of attorney for stuff like that. On your cable, and you wanted to turn it off for a month or whatever it is, you would need a power of attorney for that. So it's a really good thing, I think. I know it can be a really bad thing in some situations, but like I said with one of my other tips, is if you have a good foundation before deployment and you feel comfortable with each other, obviously to be married, or even if you're just a girlfriend. For a power of attorney is more for the wives or the significant other that they're married to. Not be posting on social media about when they're coming home or when they're leaving or any of that stuff, and that's kind of a no-brainer, but sometimes us wives or spouses or moms or dads or whatever get really like excited about when like their loved one is coming home. So try to contain your excitement, and they say do not say it outside of the house. You don't need to be telling everyone. You don't need to be telling your neighbor. You don't need to be telling your best friend. You don't need to be telling anyone. You need to keep that stuff inside, because say that someone does blurt out to their neighbor and their neighbor blurts it to their neighbor and da 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 da, or their best friend or whatever, that can make things take a lot longer, and then you won't be seeing your loved one like as soon as you thought. Keep quiet. That's all my tips for you. Tips, survival kind of things. There's like so much more too, and maybe even when my husband gets home, he can do a guy's version of like for the guy or the wife or whoever that is deploying. Maybe he has some tips that a new person that's going to deploy might want to know, or just some like good ideas for them to know, or what to pack, or whatever it is. So you never really can expect certain things. Help a guy out, or wife, or whoever, someone that is deploying that doesn't know anything like we didn't know anything. So I hope that this helps somebody out there. Share it with your family, friends. There's a lot of military families. Thank you for watching. If you could like this video and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And that bell notification on so that way you know every time I upload. If you have any other questions, please leave it in the comments below and I will get back to you. Bye. Stay on my knees. It's so funny, Grace.
Waking up in my college dorm. My life, it was pretty normal. Looking for a date to the spring formal. Wasn't worried about nothing else, no.